Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we are going to see reverse of an integer. So if you have watched the last video of counting the digit present in a number, so this will be easier for you as most of the step followed there will be followed here also. So let us get started. If suppose my number is this, so our desired output will be something like this. That is the reverse of this integer, right? So if we see this mathematically, what we can think of is if we divide this number by 10, we get a reminder, right? And if we are able to store this reminder somewhere, we get the reverse of this integer. What I mean by this is, for the first time, if I divide by 10, we get a reminder or as 3, right? If we divide this remaining number by 10 again, we get the remainder as 4. So if we keep doing it, we get the number one by one from behind. And if we are able to store these numbers in the sequence, we get the reverse of this integer. So let us try to see a solution for this. First of all, we are going to define a variable called reverse in order to store those remainder. Okay, so it will be as 0 at the initial part, and we are going to run a loop, while loop, where this loop is going to run till the number is 0. Okay, so inside of this loop, the very first thing that we are going to do is we are going to find out the remainder. That remainder is equals to num by 10. Okay, not num by 10 but modulo 10, right? In JavaScript, we use modulo to get the remainder, right? So the next part would be storing this remainder in this reverse variable. So the reverse is equals to reverse plus remainder. And the third thing that we need to do here inside of this is we're going to remove this remainder from this existing number. For that, we already know that we do num divided by 10, and in order to get solid digit, we are going to add math.float. Okay. Now, in the first iteration, the reverse will become as 3, right? But in the second iteration, when the remainder is 4, according to this formula, this is going to become 3 plus 4, that will be 7. But we don't want that. We want it to look something like 3, 4, and then 5, right? How do we achieve this? If we multiply this existing reverse by 10 each time, so in the first iteration, it will be 3 because 10 into 0 and plus 3 will be 3. In the second iteration, this 3 is going to be 30 plus 4, so 34. And the third iteration, it's going to be 340 plus 5, so 345, like that. Okay. So if we try to console this reverse, let us see what we get as output. So yes, we get this output. Okay. Now there can be some corner cases. I have listed some of them as below. What if the number is negative? Okay. Suppose this number was negative. If we currently run this file, we get 0. Why 0? Because it is not even going inside the loop. It is failing here. since the number is not greater than 0, so it is failing here. What we can do is, first we will just convert this number as positive. How we can do is, we can first convert this number into positive. How we can do it? With the help of maths.apps. So it converts the number into positive. Okay. So suppose I have converted this number into positive, and if I run this file, I get the reverse of the number, but the minus part is missing. This negative sign is missing. In order to show that, we will just run one condition and check if the number was less than 0, then the reverse will be minus 0, right? Reverse. So, but here is one catch. Since we have modified this number again and again, so this number will not be the same as this number, right? If we run this file, we get the exact thing without minus, because it is already modified. This number is already modified to positive. What we can do here is, at the very first time, we're going to take a copy, maybe num copy of this number. And since we are not modifying this num copy anywhere, we're going to use this num copy here. And if we try to run this file here, we get minus sign for negative number. For positive number, it runs the same way. Okay. One of the corner case that I have seen in, especially in lead code questions, that we are given to maintain a range. So the number should not exceed from this range, that is 2 to the power 31 to 2 to the power 31 minus 1. Handle this case, what we can do here is, before adding this, we can just add one condition that let limit is equals to, how do we calculate it, is with the help of mat.power. This is another built-in where we are going to write the base at first and the power in the later one. So first we are calculating the limit, okay, and then we are going to write a condition. If reverse is less than minus limit, or reverse is equals to 0. So yes, this was the solution for this question. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching.